Have you ever dreamed of a life exploring the globe from, 40,000 feet? Well, a job as Emirates Cabin Crew is definitely one of the most sought-after careers in aviation. But it's also one of the toughest to get. So today we're going to break down exactly what it takes to earn that iconic red hat and beige uniform.
And when I say tough, I am not kidding. Just look at this statistic. It shows you just how intense the selection process really is. A staggering 80% of hopefuls are often cut during the very first group task on assessment day. But hey, don't worry. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to be in the 20% that really shines.
Okay, so before you even start thinking about interviews or assessment days, your journey begins with a super simple but absolutely crucial checklist. This first step is all about making sure you meet the bare minimum requirements to even get your foot in the door.
And it's a journey that is so rewarding for the people who make it. I mean, as current crew member Laura Claire puts it, it's a decision that can literally change your life. So, come on, let's make sure you get started on the right foot.
Right, these are the hard and fast rules. You've got to be at least 21, fluent in English, and you have to meet the height requirement. Also, no tattoos can be visible when you're in uniform, and you need to be physically fit for a role that's way more demanding than it looks. These aren't just suggestions. They are the absolute baseline for every single person who applies. Now, what's really interesting here is this very specific number. 212 centimeters. This is your required arm reach while you're standing on your tiptoes. See, it's not just about how tall you are. It's about whether you can physically reach and operate the safety equipment in the cabin. It's a pass or fail test, plain and simple.
Okay, so you've ticked all the boxes on the requirements list. What's next? Well, your next hurdle is just getting noticed. And that all comes down to one single document, your CV. This is your first and really your only chance to make a powerful first impression on those recruiters.
A winning CV? It follows a really clear, logical structure. You start with your contact details. Then you have a punchy 3 to 5 line profile that sums up why you're a great fit. After that, list your work experience, most recent job first, and finally, your education. It's all about making it super easy for a busy recruiter to see your value in just a glance.
So what does that actually look like? Well, on the left, you've got a great example of a clean, professional layout. It's easy to read and it highlights all the important stuff. Now compare that to what you see on the right, which lists common mistakes like using cliches or unprofessional details. The goal here is clarity and professionalism, not some elaborate design.
Let's break down some key formatting rules, because they matter. Keep your CV to a maximum of 2 pages. And please, use bullet points to make your experience easy to digest. And here's a huge one that trips a lot of people up. Avoid including a photo. It's just not required and it won't help your application. The key is to keep it sleek, professional, and totally focused on your skills.
Now, if your CV makes the cut, you'll get that coveted invitation to the most challenging stage of the entire process, the assessment day. This is where your people skills, your teamwork, and your ability to handle pressure are put to the ultimate test.
Okay, first, a quick clarification. An open day is basically what it sounds like. Anyone can show up and drop off a CV. An assessment day, on the other hand, is strictly invite-only for candidates who have already been shortlisted online. Now, an open day can turn into an assessment, but the assessment day is a much more exclusive event.
And here it is, the whole journey mapped out. From submitting your application and passing that initial screen, you move on to the big one, assessment day. If you nail that, you'll go through background and medical checks before finally heading to Dubai for 7.5 weeks of really intensive training.
Okay, let's really focus on that first group exercise. Yeah, the one that knocks out up to 80% of applicants. Your little group of 3 to 5 people will get a card with the profession on it, something like police officer or graphic designer. And your task is to discuss the key qualities of that profession for just 5 minutes.
So, how do you stand out? Well, you don't want to dominate the conversation, but you can't be a wallflower either. You know what recruiters love? Candidates who help draw the quieter team members into the discussion. Be the person who gently reminds the group about the time limit. And here it is, the secret sauce. When you present your chosen quality, clearly explain how it connects back to being an Emirates Cabin Crew member. That shows you're thinking one step ahead.
So you've made it through all the tough stuff. What are the rewards waiting for you on the other side? We're talking about a tax-free salary, incredible benefits, and a lifestyle that, let's be honest, very few other jobs can offer. All right, let's talk numbers. As you can see right here, your monthly salary is made up of a basic salary plus what's called flying pay.
which is an hourly rate for your time in the air. So for a new crew member flying about 80 hours a month, the total tax-free take-home pay is somewhere around 10 to 11,300 Emirati dirhams. That's roughly 2,700 to 3,070 US dollars.
But the salary? That's really only part of the story. Emirates also provides a furnished shared apartment in Dubai, transportation for work, and you get 30 days of annual leave with a free ticket home every year. You add in comprehensive insurance and exclusive discount cards, and the value of the whole package becomes pretty incredible.
In this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the feeling that so many crew members share. You're getting paid to see the world, from the beaches of Miami to the vibrant streets of Japan. It's a career that constantly reminds you how amazing your office truly is.
Okay, now it's really important to look at both sides of the coin here. The lifestyle is glamorous, for sure, but it is also a grind. Let's get real about what the day-to-day actually involves so you can decide if this is really the right path for you.
So on one hand, you have these amazing pros, a tax-free salary, living in Dubai, and working with colleagues from over 140 nationalities. But on the other hand, you've got the cons. Constant jet lag, grueling schedules with super early mornings and late nights, and the reality of missing holidays and family events back home. You have to be incredibly adaptable. So what's the final word from someone who's actually living this life? The advice is simple. Just go for it. The journey is going to push you way outside your comfort zone. But like we've heard, the rewards can be absolutely life-changing for those who take that leap.
We've walked through the strict requirements, the high-stakes assessment, and the incredible rewards. You've seen the glamour and you've seen the grind. So the only question left to ask is, after seeing what it truly takes, is the sky calling you?